You're welcome to Ennis World Entertainment. I am Miss Berikebina Ruben. Have you ever come across someone, maybe in your office, in your business center, in your church, or even in your relationship, and you're like, I know God says we shouldn't judge, but you see this particular person, he's rude, he's hostile, he's arrogant. In fact, I don't even know where he gets his pride from. I feel like breaking his wings so that he will know where he's coming from. Or do you see another person and you feel, this lady is too quiet for my liking, she's too dull, she isn't lively at all. Have you ever wondered, why is it that as humans, we all behave differently? We all react to situations differently. No matter how identical twins are, by the time they start growing up, you'll find out that it's either one will be more troublesome than the other, or the other way around. Why is it like that? Why is it that we all as humans have different characteristics? We have different characters we portray. Well, that's what I'll be talking to you about, why you act the way you do. Now, the reason why you act the way you do, the reason why you're different from every other human in this world, it's because of what we call temperament. Temperament is a person's or an animal's nature as shown in the way they behave and react to situations and persons. It is also the basic structure of our own refined emotional makeup. Now, when our temperaments are unrefined, it makes our personality crude and dangerous for a relationship. Basically, there are 4 types of temperaments which can be seen at every human just at a glance. And they are the phlegmatic, the Martin melancholy, the sparky sanguine, and the rocky choleric. Now let's get started with the sparky sanguine. The sparky sanguine is highly extroverted and friendly. He talks a lot. Whenever he's in a particular place, you would notice him. Even if he's just meeting you for the very first time, you would think he has known you for 1,000 years, because he would talk to you, he would relate with you as if he has known you or he knows your relative. A sparky sanguine loves fun and pleasure. He's very funny, he's very lively, there's hardly any dull moments with him. He's cheerful, he's optimistic and enthusiastic. We know that we all as humans, we all have our strengths and our weaknesses. Now, for the strength of the sparky sanguine, he's cheerful, he's confident and bold, he's optimistic, warm, very friendly, he's a great conversationalist. There is hardly any dull moment with him, like I said earlier. Now, for his weaknesses, in most cases, he is dishonest. You can't really trust him, you can't trust his words. He's unproductive. Most times, he just sits down. He doesn't want to work to get that thing which he admires. And these are the weaknesses of a sparky sanguine. Let's move over to the phlegmatic. The phlegmatic is the opposite of the sanguine. A phlegmatic is highly introverted and quiet. He's the calm type, easygoing. He lacks drive and does nothing until he is pushed or asked to do so. That doesn't mean he isn't intelligent, but he's fearful and shy. He hardly speaks up. He hardly associates with people. He loves being alone. He loves sitting down and meditating on his own. He doesn't really love crowd. Now, if he goes outside, he finds it difficult to associate with people. Why? Because he's not sociable. When he's inside with his family, you would be surprised at how he will relate with them. He will talk and talk and talk, but when he's outside, no, he becomes cold. A phleg can be a very dependable and faithful friend. If he consecrates his time to God in meditation, it will definitely get him. Now, a phleg has his strengths and his weaknesses. As for his strength, a phleg is dependable. He's an accurate timekeeper. He's faithful. He's easygoing. He's calm and quiet. He isn't a noisy person at all. You can trust a flake. You can tell him your secrets and he would keep it, because he doesn't open his mouth to say things anyhow. As for his weaknesses, he's very shy. He's fearful. He hardly volunteers to do something. He does nothing until you push him or ask him to do so. He's unactivated until you push him and tell him, this is what I want you to do. That is when you find him doing such a thing. Let's move over to the Martin Melancholy. The Martin Melancholy are gifted people. They are exceptionally gifted. They are the multi-talented type of persons. They are disciplined and sacrificial. They can stay awake all night, praying and fasting just to achieve their goals. They are the kinds of person that know what they want and they go for it. They are great composers. They are creative thinkers. They make great philosophers, great musicians, great songwriters if they consecrate their time to God and if they discover their talents, because most of them, they don't discover their talents, but if they discover their talents, they will be great tools in the hands of God. They also have their strengths and they have their weaknesses. As for their strength, like I said earlier, a Martin Melancholy can stay awake, praying and fasting just to get their goals achieved. A Martin Melancholy doesn't get influenced easily. He isn't easily influenced. He knows what he wants and he goes for it. As for his weaknesses, a Martin Melancholy, he's very emotional. Little things make him cry. He's very moody. Sometimes he can be very unreasonable. He can take drastic decisions that he'll start regretting later in life. Now, let's go over to the Rocky Choleric. I like this one because he's likened to fire. He's the no-nonsense kind of person. He doesn't have time for play and joke. He's visionary. He's a workaholic. He's always at the field of work, doing one thing or the other. He doesn't have time to start playing and joking with you. He's authoritative. He's domineering. He always wants to lead. He's a born leader. There is no way you can shut a choleric up. He would tell you the thing the way it is. He doesn't have time to insinuate or make things sugarcoat things. He would just tell you the thing straight as it is. If a choleric is not careful, because of his pride and self-confident attitude, he can derail without the help of the Holy Spirit. A choleric gets angry easily. Little things get at his nerve. So if you're working with a choleric, you need to understand him and you have to be patient with him, or else you won't be able to live or work with a choleric even for a single day. As for his strengths, a choleric is a workaholic. He's visionary. He also knows what he wants and he goes for it. He's the kind of man that makes sure his workers perform exceptionally well. He's a perfectionist. Whenever you're doing something for a choleric, you need to make it perfect, or else his anger would be something else. As for his weaknesses, he gets angry easily. He's hostile. He's self-confident. He's proud. And if he's not careful, his pride can lead him to destruction. Now, having said this, whichever one you may have identified yourself with, I want you to know that you are special in this way. You're a unique personality. And you don't have to copy anyone else. But what you have to do is to work on your weaknesses. Yes, you need to work on your weaknesses, because your weaknesses can chase away your destiny helpers. Your weaknesses can chase away people that would help you tomorrow. And I also want to let you know that these are temperaments. There are a lot of things that can make us possess such qualities. Someone can turn into a flake as a result of rejection, mockery, bullying, or sexual abuses. There are lots of things that can cause our temperaments to become crude. Whatever it is, maybe it might be a sexual abuse, your circumstances, your past experience. I just want you to know that clinging on to the past won't change anything. But you need to move on with your life. Your temperament shouldn't be the reason why your children are scared of you. It shouldn't be the reason why your workers are scared of you. It shouldn't be the reason why when people see you, they want to take the next road and go to their places. No, you need to work on yourself. You need to check yourself and take note of your weaknesses. Try your best. It's not easy. If you try it day one, it doesn't work. Look for someone that will be watching you. Ask the person, did I try today? How was my temperament? Did I shout at the children so much today? You can ask your wife. You can ask people close to you. You need to work on your temperament because your temperament determines how people connect with you. Your temperament determines how your children expose and communicate with you. Today, I encourage you, I urge you, get up, let go of the past. Let go of whatever thing is making you that person you're not. Because whatever ugly characteristics you're displaying, that isn't you at all. God didn't give you a spirit of fear. He gave you a spirit of sound mind. So whatever ugly traits you're seeing in your life, that isn't you. Get up of that old man. Get up and shake off all those negative attitudes and pick up the good ones, and you'll see how things will be working greatly for you. If possible, write them down, those negative traits you don't like. You can also write down your strengths and work on them one by one. Whenever you see you're improving on a particular one, you take it. And with that way, see, no one is perfect. I'm not here to tell you that you should be a perfect human being. But there is a way you can work on yourself, and you're very sure that wherever you are, you're contented and you're okay with the kind of person you are. I believe with time we would see again and we would discuss more. I remain myself, Miss Berekebina Ruben. Bye.